Paul, I think, puts a very unique perspective into the cold call process that many industries can use. They can put his techniques to use on the floor very quickly with Paul's training. It's real life and it engages. I think his techniques would engage the listener on the other end very well.
What I want to do is I want to talk to you a little bit about the hallmarks of what I think make an effective cold call script. And for those of you that have seen movies, like just about all of us, if we've got a lot of salespeople in the room, you probably enjoy watching the occasional sales movie. Just by random feedback, can you give me some of your favorite sales movies of all time?
Boiler Room.
Boiler Room, good one. Boiler Room, boy, yeah, that's all about sales. I think that was on HBO the other day. When that's on, it's like, kids, put yourself to bed. Boiler Room. Good one. What else? Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, that's definitely a sales movie.
Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy. We often forget about Tommy Boy, don't we? Tommy like we, right? Good one. That's definitely a sales movie.
Moneyball.
Moneyball. Good one. Keep going.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Shower curtain ring salesman, right? Very good. What'd you say? Wall Street. What are some of these things that all these movies have in common outside of the fact that they're fantastic? Yes, sir.
They always get the yes.
They always get the yes?
And they almost always get the yes.
What can you, well, probably because it's Michael Douglas on the phone. Who's going to say no to Michael Douglas or Chris Farley or somebody like this, right? So think about the scenes where these individuals are selling. What can you tell me, maybe with the exception of Tommy Boy, because he's a lovable guy. I mean, he's not a hard pressure guy. Tell me about some of the cold call scenes in all those movies. Do you recall? I think somebody said Glengarry Glen Ross. Is there cold calling in that movie? We talk about Boiler Room. Is there cold calling in that movie? Wolf of Wall Street, cold calling in that movie. What is all those different scenes in all those different movies? What are some of the common themes of their respective cold calls?
Pressure.
Pressure, sure. What else?
Urgency.
Urgency. I think there's definitely some of that. Especially, what is that?
Charisma.
Charisma. Good. Anything else?
Confidence.
Confidence. One of the things that I would point to in all of those, and I think you kind of hit on it when you talked about charisma. When people think of cold calling, when people think of those movies like that, they're thinking of these Alec Baldwin guys who make $900,000 a year telling you what you need to buy. They're thinking of Boiler Room saying, Doc, I don't got the time. The stock is blowing up. You either take it now or I got to leave. What you think of is you kind of think of the sexy side of cold calling. How can that guy think on his feet like that? How does he always know what to say? That deep, hello, how you doing? She said she would have taken that one, by the way, so I'm going to play on that one. So at the end of the day, that's the sexy side of cold calling. What I just want to tell you is if you're trying to build a cold call script based on saying the most perfect thing, you're doing it wrong. If you're trying to think of your cold call script by saying, what am I going to say in one or two words or one or two phrases that's really going to get this person to jump out of their seat saying, hot darn, you're doing it wrong. Here's my philosophy to cold calling. So let's think about the sports fans in the room. Think of football. Have you ever heard the phrase in football, a good blank beats a good blank? Fill in the blanks.
Good defense beats a good offense.
Perfect. A good defense beats a good offense. By a show of hands, as it relates to football, how many of you subscribe to that theory? Really? Not many? How many of you think a good offense beats a good defense? You guys are wrong, so never mind. I'm just kidding. But at the end of the day, people say usually a good defense beats a good offense. Hey, I've got Aaron Rodgers as my quarterback. Well, whoop-de-doo. If I've got a linebacker who can run a 3.9 40 and as soon as the ball is snapped, he's in his face, I don't care how good your quarterback is if he doesn't have time to throw. Basketball. Now I got Michael Jordan on my team, man. I don't care if he can't get 3 feet of separation from my guy because he's on him like a glove. I don't care how good of a shooter is. He's not going to have the room to shoot. Think about baseball. Good blank beats good blank. Pitching beats what? Yeah. Good pitching beats good hitting. Do we subscribe to that for the most part? Man, I've got Albert Pujols. I got Ken Griffey Jr. in his prime. I've got all these other people that don't do steroids because they play baseball the right way. Well, I don't care. I got a pitcher that can throw 107 miles an hour. You cannot hit what you cannot see. So when you look at those two phrases, good defense beats good offense, good pitching beats good hitting, these are defensive mindsets. That's what good cold calling is. Good cold calling is defense over offense. So what do I mean by defense over offense? Don't pride your script based on what you say. Pride your script on what you don't say. Don't build your script on all the things that you put in. Really appreciate your script for all the things that you take out. Because at the end of the day, people usually turn down a call. People usually end the call. People usually tell you, no thanks, I'm too busy, when they know that you're a what? Salesperson. What are you saying on the call, do you think, that's making them come to the conclusion that you're a salesperson? Give me some stuff. Hi, my name is. Probably signifies we don't know each other. What else?
I want to understand what you need.
Sure, because if I'm just trying to be your friend or I'm just some random person, why would I need to know what your needs are? What else?
The reason I'm calling.
The reason I'm calling, because it's probably not to take you out for an omelet and just be your buddy. It's probably to try to sell you something. At the end of the day, within a few seconds, these people know exactly why you're calling. They know where you're calling, they know what you do, they know the reason behind your call, and they are making the assumption right away that you're a salesperson. So one of the things that's a little disappointing, I think, to some of the individuals and organizations that I work with is when they see my script, they go, that's it? Yeah, that's it. Because it's not flashy that wins. It's not all the stuff that you put in that wins. It's not the most catchy phrases or the wonderful verbiage that you use. It's what you don't say. So when we start talking about cold call psychology, I want them to get interested because this could be anybody. Yes, we're going to tell them who you are. Yes, we're not going to lie or mislead or be gimmicky. We need to tell them who we are. We need to talk about the reason behind our call. We need to give them basic information. But again, it's not so important what you say, it's the order in which you say it. What if we can pique their curiosity right from the bat? What if they don't already automatically assume from the minute we say hello that we're a salesperson? What if based on what we say, we sound like this could be somebody that I want to talk to anyway, because this might be a client, this might be a prospect, this might be a referral source, this might be somebody that could actually bring me a tremendous amount of value. Again, at the end of the day, I'm a Christian guy first and foremost. So all those movies that you said, I love those movies. I would never advocate you do anything remotely to what those cold callers do. Pushy, rude, arrogant, not listening, lying. We're not going to do any of that stuff. My name is Paul. I'm proud to be Paul. Your name is your name. Your name is your name. You work where you work. You offer what you offer. We're going to be proud of that. We're not going to increase their mood and pique their curiosity by saying anything deceitful or lying, but the vast majority of you are struggling at cold calling because you're saying too much. You're giving away too much information, and you're doing it too quickly. Usually, if somebody walks up to me for the first time, they might say, "Hi, I'm John. What's your name?" That's not overly threatening. "Hi, John. Paul Newberger. How you doing?" You know what's threatening? Permission to shake your hand? Sure. "Hi, sir. My name is Paul Newberger. I got 2 kids, and I work in financial services. And boy, I sell a lot of good stuff. And you look like a good guy, and I think I could write a lot of life insurance on you." Restraining order, straitjacket, all these other types of things. Now, that's an over-the-top example, but based on how you start your call, based on what you're saying, how you're saying it, and what you're presuming to know about them, you're shooting yourself in the foot. All I want to show you is as we go through this process, less is more. You want to leave them wanting more as a prospect. That sounds intriguing. How do I learn more? Let's meet. Boy, that sounds interesting. I might be interested in that. What do we do next? Let's schedule a phone call. Why tell them the entire story? Why presume to know all this stuff about them when all we're trying to do is pique that curiosity a little bit, give them a little crumb of that cookie? That's pretty good. You want the whole thing? Right this way, sir. Happy to let you indulge. So what I want to do is through the remainder of this program is just to show you how you can be a wickedly successful cold caller by saying next to nothing. How you can be extremely successful in getting in front of who you want, when you want, for whatever reason you want, simply by introducing yourself in a different way. Simply by not leading with X, putting X in the back, and the things that were in the back, put that in the front. And when you see how well it works when you put it all together, you're going to think, why didn't I think of that before? People say a good defense beats a good offense because it's true. People say good pitching beats good hitting because it's true. Let's not reinvent the wheel when it comes to cold calling. Let's take several of those concepts, philosophies, put them into our scripts, and let's stop settling for a 5% cold call success rate when with your charm, your personality, your work ethic, your company, your story, your why, and all of your contacts, you guys should be at 60, 70, 80%, but you're doing it to yourselves. You're doing it to yourselves, and I just want to show you how to simplify the process, how less is more, and how by saying next to nothing, you can get in front of just about everybody.